right? The luminary, Tarana Burke, the founder of the Me Too movement, summed it up perfectly when she said, "Trauma halts possibility. Movement activates it." We are moving to end sexual assault. And what I want to know from each of you tonight, each of you, is will you join us? Will you be part of this movement? So let me take you through my vision. Go with me, walk here. I'm gonna make it personal. I'm gonna make it really personal, right? Oops, sorry, stealing my own thunder there. I want you to picture your house, where you live, your apartment, your condo, right, wherever you live. And I want you to picture that and really bring it into your mind's eye. And think about who's in that house with you or who's coming in and out of that house to see you, visit you, right? And imagine that in your house you're having some conversations. You're having some open, honest conversations about healthy relationships and boundaries, and yes, even consent. Consent to physical or sexual contact. You're actually talking about it rather than just like, well, I don't know, we'll just hope it's covered in school. You're actually talking about it, okay? And then you're even saying that, you know, we've gone beyond no means no. How many of you have heard no means no, right? Okay, well, guess what? No means no is very 1970s, okay? It is. We've got to evolve. So, you know what we talk about now? It's not no means no, it's still, you know, accurate. But it's about a very clear and reversible, enthusiastic yes, right? And we're having those conversations, and guess what? Not just with female-identified people, but with all genders in the house, all ages in the house. Those conversations you're having, you're like, wait a minute, I don't know how to have these conversations. That's where MESA comes in, right? We can help you learn how to have those conversations. We can train you, we can teach you to have them. But we need you to have them, right? You have to have them, and you have to keep having them, not one and done, but keep having them. Okay, so let's move outside of your house. Let's look into your neighborhood now, like your neighbors next door, the people walking the dog across the street, right? Well, imagine they're having conversations too, still good ones about consent and boundaries and all that. And you're like, really? Jose and Ron are having those conversations? I don't think so. Yeah, they are. Jose and Ron are having those conversations about consent because everybody's having them. This is what's building, right? This cultural tide to talk about it. Except here, let's say somebody comes into their house and someone discloses that they've experienced sexual violence. Well, now we know what the neighbors say because they've been trained by MESA, and that is, we believe you. And it's not your fault. You start to feel what's happening here, right? This is the systematic approach to kind of cut rape culture off at its knees so that it doesn't build into this crescendo of sexual assault. It starts at these low levels of victim blaming, disbelief, of normalization, of minimization of sexual violence. This is where it starts. And if we are going to affect change, if we are going to be the movement, that's where we have to start, right? That's why there's so many people coming in for our services, because this is pervasive. It's the air. We're all breathing, all of us. So we're kind of fired up now in our house and in our neighborhood. Let's keep walking down to our place of worship and our business, our workplace, right? Our gyms. What's happening there? Well, same thing. We are going to say we're no longer buying into these rape culture strongholds like boys will be boys. Or, you know, what did she think going out dressed like that? Or, of course they are making that report. They're just trying to ruin that person's career. These are the foundations that sex assault builds on, right? This is what has to end. This is what the movement works to end. And then I would just say, imagine in our schools that instead of having, just imagine in this vision, since we're in this vision quest together here, imagine this. Maybe it's not actually the students that have to sue a school or a school district, but it's actually school district personnel and administrators that say, I think we have a lot of sexual violence here. Maybe we should just shut down and look at ourselves to see what we are kind of promoting here and how we are part of it. And what we need to do to help students feel safe. Not so the students feel like their only recourse is to sue a school district to feel safe in the classroom. Okay? That's the vision. So, and let's even take it one step further. Whoops. If you think this is all good and you think housing prices are high now, look at this. Whoops, hang on, we saw this. Then things start to melt, right? Housing prices soar even more because words gets out. Hey, they got something happening there because sex assault's going down. They're not tolerating the stuff other communities are tolerating. Everybody's moving here because it feels safe, it feels empowering, it feels like there's a return to humanity, right? So this is where we're going. So here's what and in that school, let's say, so then if a student at that high school does make a report, maybe this is the headline we see. And I'll read it for you. Local high school student lauded as hero for making sexual assault report against star football player. We're going to flip the script, right? About who is hero, who is lauded versus who is shamed, silenced, blamed. Okay? This is how we turn the tide. And here's the thing, y'all, it's possible. There's so much we can't control. Climate crisis, gun violence, right? Political kind of, stalemates. This is within all of our control. We can walk out tonight and do it differently, right? We are moving to end sexual assault. Will you join us? And then, if we do this, the next time we gather, the next time we come together to celebrate a MESA milestone, guess what? I may not be here, I don't know, I might be coming out with my cane, who knows, right? But we see this headline. MESA closes its doors in celebration. Sexual violence has been eradicated. Thank you very much. Thanks.